Hello and welcome to week 4. I hope this week finds you well and keeping up with the reading and your assignments. This week has a lot of interesting material for you, and you can see I'm in the area of Blackboard that is the weekly assignment area, and I'm scrolling down to week 4. This week we are focusing on participatory language in teaching and a variety of strategies that you can use to accomplish this. So you've got a number of online activities to do, as well as reading chapter 3 and 8 in the Amato book and the discussion board. We are scheduled for a chat next week, but I'm going to see if we can adjust the day, and I will be emailing you to ask you your preference so that we can accommodate everyone, as someone told me they could not make the next scheduled chat, which is for February 4th. But we will discuss that this week and hope that we can find a mutually agreeable time and day. So let me guide you through some of this material by clicking here. And the first item I would like to call your attention to is this PDF, which I'm going to ask you to open, and I'm going to do that here. And we can make that a bit smaller so we can see. This booklet is 21 pages, but don't let that frighten you. This is probably something you're going to want to save and use in the future. There are wonderful methods and techniques in this booklet for you to explore. So let's scroll down and take a look at the table of contents. You can see that the different methods are listed here and activities to go with these, as well as the pros and cons of each of these activities. So I won't go through this whole booklet with you because that's something you can do for yourself, but if we scroll down to the first page, certainly they discuss with you how no single method or technique will satisfy the needs of all learners, and that's something I believe you already know. But this gives you an opportunity to add to your resources and bag of tricks so that you can perhaps address the needs of all your learners. So the objectives of this book are that by the time you finish this booklet, you can look at a number of pupil-centered and teacher-centered methods and techniques. You can notice that spelling is a little unusual. This booklet was not prepared in the United States, but it's still good. You're going to see how the methods and techniques can best be used and have a better idea for selecting the appropriate technique. So in the first activity, they give you a number of different items, those that are pupil-centered, those that are teacher-centered. And then they discuss each of these, provide an activity, and discuss the advantages and disadvantages of each of these. And then something with the lecture method, which seems to have more disadvantages than advantages, but yet we all tend to do it as teachers. There are some wonderful ideas for limiting or making that lecture more effective. So have you limited your lecture to no more than 20 minutes? Do you have a clear beginning, middle, and end? Do you keep to key points? Do you have a handout? Do you have diagrams, models, pictures, and so forth? So for each of these, you will see the same thing, the advantages and disadvantages of drill and practice, and so forth. So I think it's worthwhile for you to look through this and get an idea of what's available to you. I'm going to close that for now. And let's look at the next site. The next area is also something to read, and it is called The Role of Grammar in Communicative Language and Teaching. Now, this is a short article, but I think it's worth your while. The author discusses some of the misunderstandings that exist when it comes to this area, and the importance of grammar in language and communication. So I'd like you to read through that as well. And now we're going to get to some of the fun stuff. This, by the way, takes you to a site outside of Blackboard, one of my favorite sites, Color in Colorado. I would assume that you are familiar with it. I would hope that you are. And you have a wonderful article on how to create a welcoming classroom environment. This is very short with some wonderful strategies, probably many that you already use. And they also talk about the stages of cultural accommodation, which are interesting, ranging from euphoria to shock to acceptance and assimilation. Strategies, obviously, I'm sure you all learn your students' names, assign peer partners, post a daily schedule, and if you look through these, see if you agree with all of these or which of these you do use. When you get to the bottom of this, there is a very, very short video with a discussion of welcoming classroom environments. So hopefully you will take the time to watch that as well. So we're going to go back to our resources, and what comes next are 3 short videos. The first is the longest, but it's only about 12 minutes and it's definitely worth your watching. Factors related to second language acquisition. Then we have another short video with communication strategies, and a third short video which should get your curiosity going, second language acquisition in under 5 minutes. Watch that and see what you think. The video itself is under 5 minutes, so anything's possible, I guess. So you've got about 30 minutes of videos to watch this week, 2 articles, 1 pamphlet to read, and this website to take a look at, in addition to your textbook reading, and of course posting on the discussion board, which this week asks, how important is age in learning another language? To what extent do maturation, affect, and language aptitude have roles to play? And relate your own experiences if applicable. I know that as an adult I have tried to learn another language, thinking how much fun it would be to speak Italian when I travel, and I haven't really done very well. I've managed to learn a few words. I do know the food words, I guess that's pretty important, but it's certainly frustrating when, for me, trying to learn this as an adult. Maybe the real need is not there because I don't need that to communicate on a daily basis. However, something to think about. I want to commend you for your discussion postings. I do read them. I think they are thoughtful and well written, and I enjoy looking at them. If you're having any difficulty with any aspect of this course, please call me, email me, stay in touch. You're on your own a lot in this course, but I'm trying to keep you on track with my weekly messages videos, and I hope that that is useful to you. So take care. Have a wonderful week. Watch for my email concerning your preference for a chat, and I will be talking with you soon.